When the doctor asks you on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? He's read about the pain in his training. He's been trained to ask these questions. He doesn't know what 1 means. He doesn't know what 5 feels like. So it's a very isolating disease, and nobody can understand what you're going through. They have their own version. But also your family is also going through it with you. Mentally.
You truly never know people until you take the time out to get to know people. This story has taken an insane turn, Sido. Like, we've been laughing, we've been enjoying the good life, we've been hearing about you on a motorbike, one of the few Kenyans. I keep saying you and Anunda. You know the way, and it's not a doozy, it is a Kawasaki showroom bike. You're the Barbie of Barbies, good schools. Suddenly, the valley starts. Issues with your dad and work, and court cases, and finance, and cash. And just when you think it can't get any worse, you are diagnosed with cancer at 19. You know, I can't even fathom that. I recently walked with my dad through cancer, and I'm doing that in my late 30s to 40s. Extremely difficult. I cannot even, and that time there's a lot of education and information about it. Doesn't change the difficulty of it. I can't fathom what your parents went through, what you are going through, what your family is going through, your siblings are going through. Walk us through now. Where you are at in the story, you've told the immediate family.
Yeah. So, and that was the same day I got diagnosed. As I said, the mood in the house was very mournful, for lack of a better word. It's like we were mourning something or someone.
Yourself included.
I was just still trying to wrap my head around it and what does this mean and all this and all that. But for me, what the ENT had said was, I'll put you in touch with an oncologist, because now that we have diagnosed, we have confirmed that it's cancer, I'll give you to a specialist. Let me put you in touch with an oncologist. He's a very good oncologist. Go and see him so that we can now begin the treatment process and figure out what the next steps are. So for me, as much as I've been diagnosed, number one, I never thought of death. I never thought of anything like, I was like, okay, what's the next step? Me, I'm like, okay, what's next? What can we do about this? So I was put in touch with an oncologist.
Hold on. And I'll interject a lot just so
that's
that you don't move too fast. I'm first of all at this point where you've gone to how many hospitals?
I went to so many hospitals. I went to clinics. You know the way you'll have like a doctor's plaza.
Yes.
Or you'll have like an AAR clinic.
Yes.
I went to doctor's offices. I went to hospitals. I went to Nairobi. I went to Aga Khan. I went to Mata. I went to, I think, MPESA. You know, all the best hospitals. But as I said, misdiagnosis.
Then are they doing tests?
They're doing tests. They're all doing tests. Blood this, image here, X-ray there, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so none of them came to the conclusion that it was cancer until, from the time I talked to that ENT who diagnosed me, just by talking to him is like, I think I know what you have, but did you tell the other guys what's going on? Did you describe it to them the way you described it to me? And I said, yes, I've told them the exact same thing. In fact, I'm so tired of repeating my story over and over again. And as I said, he looked at the file of the guy who had seen before him the previous week, because I had gone, they had given me some pills, come back after 15 days. I'd come back after 15 days, it still wasn't getting any better. So as he was looking at the file, it's like it hit him. And as I said, he just started shaking his head. But he's like, you know what, let's just do some tests first.
I'm just saying this because I'm just like, how, you see, sometimes, depending on when you, another question is, what stage have they caught this thing?
At that time, I don't even think there was staging. This is 2004.
Yeah. So those words were not
There was
there.
probably staging, but it wasn't a big thing. However, when I was referred to my oncologist, he did some more tests. And he said, number one, we have caught it early.
And that oncologist is in Kenya?
Yes.
Okay.
He was the head of oncology at Kenyatta Hospital and the head of radiotherapy at Nairobi Hospital. I used to go see him at Nairobi Hospital. So he did some tests and he said, yes, it's confirmed that you have cancer of the postnasal space where your ear, nose, and throat meet. But number one, it's something that's common in East Africa. Secondly, it's been caught early. That particular type of cancer was common and they've caught it early. He said it had been in my system for about 6 months. And for that type of cancer, that is early. Thirdly, he said, I've treated a couple of people with this same cancer, and at the stage you're at, I wouldn't be worried. But we still have to go through the treatment process. Of course, now, because of where it is, just imagine where your ear, nose, and throat meet. You cannot operate there. It's encased in the skull. They literally have to cut my skull in half to get to it. So you can't operate to remove the tumor.
Yeah.
So I started with radiotherapy.
Hey, bro, just wait. Hey. So, who are you going with for this clinic things?
Mostly my dad and my mom.
Yes.
Mostly my dad, actually.
Who is an oncologist? Let's start there.
Pardon?
What is the role of an oncologist?
An oncologist is a cancer doctor, a specialist in cancer. That is an oncologist. Someone who has gone to study the disease and has specialized expertise in diagnosing and treating that disease.
Okay.
Yes.
You're going for this thing with your mom and dad?
Yes. Mostly my dad.
Mostly your dad?
Yeah.
Is he still going through his court cases and his life?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have medical insurance?
No.
So everything you're going to do is cash?
Out of pocket. Because, as I said, he's no longer working. So the medical has been suspended. But even before that, medical was not a thing we even used to think about because the cash was always there. The liquidity was there. So it's like, why am I paying Jubilee 200,000 per year per child? I'll just pay. I don't remember ever having a medical card until probably after I got married. Or no, till I started working. Before that, it was cash. It was not a thing we thought about.
Okay. Now, I've heard the ENT doctor and what he's told you and your outer body experience. And I understand where you are in terms of the stage. You're not at denial, you're at understanding. Like, has he, actually, maybe it's some form of denial with acceptance. You are that, or when you go to the oncologist now, where do you enter? What stage do you enter? Mentally.
That's a very difficult question to answer. Because, have you heard of the stages of grief? It's almost similar. First, you're in shock. What did this guy just say? What does this mean? How is it going to affect us? Already financially, we are struggling. Now this cancer thing, it's bloody expensive. And then you're angry. Your life has been cut short. Imagine you've just finished high school, you're ready to go to uni and, start living. Go to uni, finish, start living your life. Everyone around me has already gone. A lot of my friends left after O-levels. I said, I don't want to go. After A-levels, now I'm like, okay, now I don't know. Let me go and do this thing. A lot of my friends have gone. I'm still here. Guys are moving on with their lives. Guys are in uni, guys are doing this, guys are doing that. And then you just get angry. Angry at the disease, angry at cancer, angry at the world, angry at God, asking God, you start asking God questions.
This is the first time I've heard you mention God. Was God a factor in your life?
We were brought up in church. My mom was very, very, I don't like the word religious. She was a true Christian. Never touched alcohol, but at the same time, never judged anybody. She brought us up in church. She was those mothers who used to wake up at 3 a.m. to pray on the third watch,
For real?
knowing which demons would be around on the third watch, the second watch, the first watch. There were different prayers for different times. She would sleep very early. She would sleep at like 7, 8. But at 11, she'll wake up, she'll pray, she'll sleep. She'll wake up again, second watch, third watch, she'll wake up and pray. So she was very prayerful. So for us, it was church. Church was a thing. We had to go to church. We had to go to Sunday school. We had to go to, what was it called? DVBS, Daily Vocational Bible School. During the holiday, we'd be in that church program for like, I think it was 2 weeks or something that we had to go at Sitam.
Yeah.
Well, then it was Nairobi Pentecostal Church.
Yeah. Karen, the one over there.
No, original. There was no Karen at that time. It was just Nairobi Pentecostal Church on Valley Road. That was it. So I've always had that voice in my head, that conscience. Even those times when I was going out and drinking and all those things, like I always had some sort of control or some sort of thing saying, don't cross this line.
Wow.
Or some sort of thing of, yes, you've gone out, you're drinking, you're vibing chicks, whatever. But there was always something in my mind that was always trying to ground me. So I think my mom put that foundation in us, God first, before anything else.
I need to say this. I know the friends you hang out with. You should be off the rails. And we were off the rails sometimes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm not
You
trying
were completely
to,
off the rails. The rails didn't exist.
Yeah, the kind of accessibility and things we're able to do. I mean, when you talk about Fisherman's Camp, it's you're taking a guy's moti this weekend, or it's your moti, or there are 6 motis you're going.
Yes.
Access, transportation, money, those factors that prevent people going off the rails was not a factor.
Yes.
But with you, there was always something.
Yeah.
Now when you say it, I can see it. It's like, it's funny. When you say it, I see it. That us guys will jump off the cliff, but there's something about you that never truly jumped off the cliff.
And I can't explain it to this day. Maybe in hindsight, maybe it was just God who was saying, hey, boss. But at that time, I couldn't explain it.
Okay.
I had some friends later on who started, getting into, pills and drugs and what, but I never did it. Even like experimenting with weed and whatever. I'd take one puff, but that was it. That was all I ever did. It's never, alcohol was my thing, but even then I didn't get stupidly drunk where, we drank a lot, yes, but I always had that thing in my mind that there needs to be some sort of control. So even a lot of the time when we'd go out with people, I was the designated driver.
Wow.
Because they knew, Sid won't get to that point where he's, too compromised. I won't lie, we drove home drunk. There are days, you'd wake up and like, how the hell did we get home? But I don't know, there was always that thing in my head, and I can't explain what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see it. It's so funny. When you say it, I see it. So part of the emotions now you've talked about, you're angry.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You're angry, you're frustrated, your life has been cut short. You're at that point where you're now ready to start exploring real life out there, going out of the country to live there for the first time, meeting new people, new place. And Daytona is in Florida, man. I was ready. I was ready for that lifestyle. Yeah. So you're angry, you're confused, you're upset, but at the same time,
Are you crying?
I don't remember crying. I remember my mom and my sisters crying. And as I said, from the time I saw tears in my dad's eyes, I said, I have to be strong, even if it's not for me, for these guys. So I never wanted them to see me weak. even when I was having a bad day during my treatment, and someone would walk into the room, the hospital room, I would like kind of, okay, I have to show them that I'm strong and I'm fighting.
Okay, I'll cut you short when you're explaining the stages.
Yes.
So when you go to the oncologist and he gives you this diagnosis, this is shortly after. This is now happening very quickly.
This is within a week or so of getting the diagnosis.
Okay. So how soon after do you begin now the treatment?
So as I said, we went to the oncologist. He did some tests. The tests take time, sometimes even 15 days for the test to come out. So by the time you're going back, he's like, okay, this is what it is. It's been caught early. I've treated this before. And he never quite said, he gave me the impression that I shouldn't be too worried about it. But with cancer, there's no guarantee. So he was like, you have a good prognosis. Those are the words the doctors use. You have a good prognosis.
What does that mean?
But you do have cancer. It's almost like the probability, you have a higher probability of beating it. But they'll never tell you, you're going to be okay, 100%, you're good. We are beating this thing. You know, because they can't make that judgment.
Yeah.
You can get two people, identical twins, same genetics, same family, same lifestyle, same cancer, give them both the same medicine, and one will die and one will survive. So it's never really, there's no guarantee.
So how do you have hope? Because you said at no point did you think you were going to die. You actually say those words.
I did. I just didn't think of it. I didn't think of death. The moment I saw my dad, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be strong and I'm going to beat this thing. That's what I told myself. And that was my mantra throughout my whole cancer journey.
Wow.
I'm going to beat this thing. I'm going to fight till the end.
So do you think that played a role? That mental...
Psychologically, yes. There are those days when you're going through treatment and you're having a bad day. The pain is bad, the side effects are bad. Your attitude makes a big difference. If you're in that stage of woe or that stage of anger or that stage of asking why me and this and that, and you've just given up, fight the fight, you'll have a very bad day. It will be significantly worse. The days when you said, hey, it's a bad day, but I'm going to fight this thing. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other. I'm going to do my treatment. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to fight this. It's not going to break me down. Your day might be slightly better. Most likely your day will be much better.
Okay, so the oncologist says this, does a few more tests, gives that 15-day, you get the results. Okay, walk us through.
So now what he said was, obviously we can't, the major cancer treatments are surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. So we've already ruled out surgery because of where the growth is. They cannot operate. So the other two options left are chemotherapy and radiotherapy. So what he says is, I want us to start with the radiotherapy because what that will do, I'll explain what it is later. What that will do, it'll shrink the tumor, and then whatever is left, we finish it off with chemotherapy. With chemo. So I started with radiotherapy. Which is like, in my memory, like doing an X-ray. So I would go in Monday to Friday. It was an outpatient procedure. Okay, before all that, they had to map where the cancer is so that they know, because radiotherapy uses radioactive waves targeted at the site where the cancer is to kill the cells, right?
Can I say it's like using a laser to shoot?
Exactly. Yes.
The organ.
And right now, a lot of advancements have been made, but then it does not discriminate between good cells and bad cells. Where it hits, whatever cell is there, it's killing it, right? So I would go in, you go in, they strap you into a machine, almost like, have you ever done an MRI?
Yeah.
Huh? Where you sit in this machine. Yes, so they strap you in the machine. They've already marked where the cancer is, so they know where to target because they've done the imaging and the MRIs. And you sit in and you're told to lay completely still. And it used to take like 15 to 20 minutes, which in my head lasted like an hour. So you'd go in, they'd put you in the room, they'd strap you in, they tell you not to move. The technician gets out of the room, goes behind the computers, behind there, you can see them behind the glass screen, and they're talking to you. They're saying, okay, move your head a little like this, move your head, okay, stop there, don't move until I say so. And you sit there in a cold room, in a hospital dress. That's what I call them. Those things they give you to wear. Yeah. Yes, and 20 minutes and you're done.
So when the thing is coming, when the machine is coming, are you, if I point a laser at your finger, you'll feel the pain at that moment. Are you feeling the pain at that moment?
You're not feeling anything.
Okay, you're not feeling
anything. You don't feel anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's happening.
Yes.
Even though you can't feel it, something is
happening. Yes, something is happening. They're using the radioactive waves. Past 2-3 weeks, just routine. Go in, you have your appointment, you go in, you're strapped in, do the radiotherapy, you get out. In my head, it's like getting an X-ray. But what starts to happen is, after 2-3 weeks, the side effects start to occur. Various side effects. Because of where it was, remember? Postnasal space where ear, nose, and throat meet. One thing it did, it messed with my saliva glands. So my mouth became very dry. Till today, even when I'm eating, I have to eat with something because they never come back 100%. Second thing it did, it messed with my taste buds. For the longest time, I could not taste food.
I've heard that one.
Third thing it did, the radiotherapy, at some point, because of where it was, and because of the radiotherapy was like from here to here almost, my throat started getting very sensitive because of the radioactive waves. Because as I said, good cells, bad cells, it doesn't know. It just knows kill whatever you hit. So it reached a point where eating was difficult. It reached a point where even swallowing water was painful. Even yawning, it reached a point I started suppressing my yawns. Because when your mouth opens up, like there was pain in my throat because you're stretching the area. Even post-treatment, I remember at some point when I started now, after treatment, like I would open up my mouth and it would click because I'd been suppressing it so much from opening. Like I would hear a click when I opened my mouth or when I yawned. But anyway, so another thing it did, it put a lot of pressure. There was a point it put so much pressure on my brain.
On your brain?
Yes, on my brain. So even before that, there's nausea. You're throwing up. Your body has reached a point where it's trying to reject anything. So I can't eat because it's painful. I can't taste food, even when I eat it. I smell the food, I feel like throwing up. I'm trying to eat, I'm throwing up. It reached a point there was so much pressure on my brain that my brain went into I don't know if you could call it almost like a fight or flight thing where it was trying to reject anything, everything. Because there was something foreign that it was trying to get rid of. I don't know if it was the radioactive waves or whatever, the cancer, whatever it was. So there was a point I was throwing up so much, even when the bile is finished and there's nothing in your stomach and you haven't eaten for days, you're still trying to bring out whatever is there. There was a point I lost almost 15 kgs in 10 days because there was so much pressure from my brain. I'm not eating. I'm reacting to the radiotherapy. They actually had to admit me and feed me through the IV. I had to stop my radiotherapy to go in to make sure that, I'm strong enough to,
Yeah.
continue doing the radiotherapy, that I'm eating, I'm getting my nutrients. I survived on, I don't know if you know Ensure. It's a drink, it's like a protein-based shake. Because I couldn't eat anything. That was the only thing that I could kind of, at least you have a few sips, you're fine. Even water, by the way, like I just didn't want anything. So I lost about 15 kgs in almost 10 days because of the pressure on the brain and what the treatment was doing to me.
And hey, so this is soon after starting. And
This is about 2-3 weeks in is when the symptoms start and then get worse and worse and worse.
I get it. And it comes one by one. So first of all, you're throwing up, and then now.
No. It's all at the same time.
What?
Yes.
It's you're throwing up at the same time your throat is whatever
Yes.
the pressure.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was radiotherapy.
The support system around you, what's that like?
Wow. I don't think I'd have gotten through it without my family. My family, my parents and my sisters, like honestly, without that support system, I don't think I would have managed to go through it, come out of it, and be who I am now. They were there for me, in good ways and bad ways. Sometimes I'd be in the house in between my radiotherapy. And another thing radiotherapy did, it made me very weak. So especially after you do the radiotherapy, you're very weak. So there's a point I was scared of showering. Because I thought I was going to fall, sleep in the bathtub or take a bath and, you'd fall asleep and drown. Like, honestly, those were the thoughts that were going through my head. But my family was always there. I would get up to go and grab a glass of water, and 5 people in the house jump up. No, it's okay. Let me get you. Sit down. No, it's okay. What do you need? I'm like, I'm fine. I can walk to the kitchen. Yes, I'm weak. Yes, but I can walk to the kitchen. So at that point, you just want to be treated like a normal person, not like, I don't know.
An invalid.
Yes. And they were pampering me quite a lot. They wanted to do everything for me. What do you need? What do you need us to cook? This, that. Don't get up. I'll get you a glass of water. You look sick. Go and rest. And you're like, dude, I'm fine.
But you're not fine.
I'm not fine, but I'm fine. I can, even if I'm weak and it's hard for me to get up and go to the kitchen to get that, I want to do it.
In fact, that's the thing I want you to talk about. Is that part of your fight? I want your help, but I don't want your help to everything.
Yes, I am not disabled. I can walk. Yes, I'm weak. And I appreciate what you're trying to do for me. It's positive, yes. But I don't want you to do everything for me. Ask if I want help. Don't just help. Or ask, how can I help you? If I say I'm fine, accept that I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But my support system, my family, I'm telling you, from the prayers to just being there, to driving me to and from hospital, to, just the words of encouragement, my mom and her prayer warriors, her bunch of lady friends, Chama. I remember their prayers. They prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. But it was just their presence also, just being there. Another thing that cancer does to you, it isolates you completely. Because now a lot of my friends have left the country. The ones who are still here are going on with life. They're either in uni or doing things or doing that. And you realize that your friends don't understand what's going on. I lost a lot. I told you I was the life of the party. I had more than 100 numbers on my phone. The people who I expected to be there for me the most, a lot of them just dropped off or started spreading rumors. That guy's dead. That guy, he must have HIV. Those chicks he used to run around with. Oh, sijui this, oh, sijui that, oh, they'll come to see. And for sure he's dying. That guy, he's gone. Yeah, I went to see him there. It's not even Sid. That's not Sido. So it's very isolating. To the point where after I finished my treatment, December 31st, I would erase all the numbers on my phone. I did that for 4 years. The numbers I would save are the people who would call me genuinely to ask, hey, how are you doing? Or those guys who have made an effort. They come this weekend, they send fruits, they come the next weekend, they bring other guys to see you. Those are the numbers I would save. Because I'm like, you know what? I don't have time. So your family sees what you're going through. They can't understand they are not going through it. When the doctor asks you on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? He's read about the pain in his training. He's been trained to ask these questions. He doesn't know what 1 means. He doesn't know what 5 feels like. So it's a very isolating disease, and nobody can understand what you're going through. They have their own version. But also your family is also going through it with you. Mentally. They're also having those questions. Mentally, they're like, hey, what's going on? Is this happening? Is this guy going to die? Asking the same questions, from the anger to the depression to the sadness to all those things. Your family is also going through it.
This thing that you're talking about is so heavy, but we are so blessed to hear you explain it. Like as you talk, I'm reliving my dad through you, through hearing what it is that you're going through. And I'm like, but let's talk about this rejection of friends. Can you remember then I'm trying to remember, we are 19, or the friends are 19. The friends are this beginning level, or 20, or even, heck, the oldest one is 23. You know what I mean? That's still a kid. How do you even communicate to them that?
It reached a point I wasn't really communicating with anyone. Only the people who would reach out to me. I wasn't seeking anyone out. I wasn't really seeking.
In the beginning, did you?
I told my closest friends had actually left the country. So I was, those days it was emails. I think there was something called High Five.
Hey, bro, you're old. Highfive.com.
But yeah, it was mainly emails.
Oh yes,
it was actually
there's no
mainly
WhatsApp.
Emails.
There's
yes,
no WhatsApp.
There was no WhatsApp. So it was mainly emails and word of mouth. When someone comes, then you get an email. Oh, Sido, I hear you're not doing well. Pole, Nini, guys in Australia, guys in the UK, guys in the US. So I wasn't really seeking people out. I was keeping the close friends abreast of what was going on, the ones who had left, maybe 2 or 3 of them. But everyone else I wasn't seeking people out and saying, I have cancer, I'm sick. It's like, hey, Sid, are you okay? I hear you're not feeling well. Can I come see you? Yeah. And I'd come and I'd tell them what's going on, this, that.
Oh my God, yeah. This is tough. So
then it was chemotherapy. After that, I went to chemotherapy.
Okay, wait. How long does this radiotherapy?
I did radiotherapy for about 4 months.
Okay.
Monday to Friday, 5 days a week.
5?
Except those days when I was...
The body can't.
Yes, the body can't. Then you take a break, you rest, you recuperate, and then you do some tests to see that you're okay to go through the next phase.
And do you also do tests so that they can see what has the first phase been like?
Obviously, yes. They were doing periodic tests to see. We're using the radiotherapy to shrink the growth. Is it actually working? Is it shrinking? Do we need to recalibrate the machine? Because maybe it's moved, we've killed this side, we need to move it maybe 1 millimeter to the left to catch this other side. So there's a lot of planning that goes into it.
This thing is like war. And there's a target that we have.
Have you ever seen those movies where guys go for plastic surgery and then they draw on you with a marker, this? So they would always, before I did my radiotherapy, they'd look at the scan. I'd have done a scan before.
Yeah.
They'd look at the scan, they'd mark where it is, and then that's what they would use. Then every once in a while, they'll do another scan. We need to recalibrate. So it's like, yes, they have to target those radioactive waves because they're destructive. That's what they're being used for. It's radiation.
Then, what was the size of the growth?
I can't even remember.
So they also measure, is this growth getting smaller?
They measured, yes. They measured it's this size by this size and all that, but those are not details I was really interested in. It was just like, what can I do? What's the next step? I didn't care about how big or how small or whatever.
How's your dad?
I think another thing that took a toll on him was the fact that all those years when the money was flowing,
Nothing happened.
nothing happened. This time when this guy has cancer and I need to do even more, I'm sure he was wishing, I wish I had money, I would have taken him to the US or the UK or India or whatever it is. But at that point, he can't. So I think that's another thing that took a toll on him. Aside from seeing me going through it, the fact that he was almost rendered helpless at that point, it really broke him.
What is that book again called?
Poor No More.
Poor No More.
Yes.
That book
I can't remember who wrote it, but yeah, it's called Poor No More.
It's on the screen.
Yes, yes.
So he's in an essence poor again, but not poor, but poor in the essence that he can't give you what he could before.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this thing it's heavy. It's heavy. I want you to speak to somebody who's just found out they have cancer. Doesn't matter what stage.
Before we go there, let me finish the treatment journey with
Okay,
chemo.
so
As I said, I did radiotherapy for 3-4 months.
Actually, you know what? Let's come back and then now talk about, what's it called? Chemotherapy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a quick break, then we come back.
That's fine.